your mic. Eric, we'll start with you. In the back up here.
So Coach Heupel and some of the players have already spoken today. They say you play the game with a whole lot of energy. Have you always been that way, and why is that important for you?
Yeah, since a kid, I've been always high energy, high juiced. It's an everyday thing with me. It doesn't stop. It's just who I am. Just coming out of high school, I knew from that point that hey, I was a twitchy guy, even though I was considered a lineman. Not most linemen are considered twitchy or like got good get off and stuff. But I knew from early on, since high school, that I would be at least a little bit agile with my feet.
Wes, and then Vince.
Javontez, I know you said that during the recruiting process you didn't do a whole lot of visiting elsewhere once you committed and everything. Why was that? A lot of guys will say, I'm committed, but I'm still going to take these visits. I'm still going to go have fun. Why didn't you go through that process?
Well, from the start, when I arrived on campus, even before I was on scholarship and everything, I came out during a high school football camp and I had just received a good amount of offers from a big camp. So I came out here with a 7-on-7 team, and I just did a workout in front of the coach. And at that moment, they offered me a scholarship. I took notice of like the university and everything the history that it came with, and I knew at that time that I had guys here already in the system that supported me as a player and as a person beyond the football field. So I knew that I would be taken care of in that sense. And from that point, I just knew, hey, I'm coming somewhere to play ball. You got to make a decision now, and never waver till later.
Javontez, you haven't given up a sack or a QB hit this year. Why do you think you're getting the results and you've elevated your game so far?
Taking into account all the little details, like every time I come up and talk, I always talk about how the little details of the game matter more than anything, because that's what make or break teams or win or lose games. Just it's an everyday process for me, taking it step by step and knowing what I can do to win and how I can lose, or just small steps every day to be better. That's what helps me get the edge.
Eric and then Vince again.
Javontez, how does a quarterback like Hendon Hooker, does he make your job easier a little bit? Maybe get you guys out of trouble sometimes, with his feet or whatever the case may be. What's it like playing with a quarterback like him?
Yeah, it's real wild. Sometimes he does, and it's a lot to say about him. But from my perspective, that's a guy right there. Every day, day in and day out, he comes into work and he puts his team in a position to win every day.
Vince.
Javontez, how specifically did you celebrate the Florida win? What was that like, either for you specifically that night or the team?
It was just an amazing experience. Like, man, games like that don't come around a lot, and for a team or a player to experience it, it's really actually grateful to be a part of something great like that. Like, these guys, we come in every day, work our butts off, and we just try to prove to everybody that we're a top team in the SEC.
Patrick, and then Joseph.
Javontez, you've always been really physical, powerful in the run game. You kind of talked in the past about improving as a pass blocker. How much time did it take to really kind of make the strides you made? What's it been like to see some of the improvement that you put on the field for you?
It's really, I'm just great. I'm really grateful to be able to be able to play football, because it's not a long-lasting game forever for some people, and just me every day knowing that if I do the little things that'll put me in a better position, that's where my head's at. Like every other day when I'm not on that football field on Saturdays or whatever the case may be, I just sit up there and I think, what can I do to be better? What can I do to be an inch further than everybody else? Like the little things that I could do to make myself be noticed more than others.
Joseph.
Bryson Eason just told us that he feels like y'all are the best offensive line group in the country. Just from y'all's perspective, what's your assessment on yourselves through the first 4 weeks of the season?
Well, we basically set goals for ourselves as an O-lineman, and I'll just say a few of them. Like, as an O-lineman, we want to be physical, we want to be smart, and we want to attack every day. So that's just been our motto from week one to up to this point now, and we haven't let up yet.
Eric, and then Wes, and then Vince.
Jovontez, what's that line that you play with? You mentioned that you gotta be smart. You know, extracurriculars after the play, sticking up for a teammate, a running back, a quarterback. What's that line where you kind of have to play with, where you want to stick up for a guy, but you can't go get a throw?
Well, it depends on how it plays out, but most of the time our guys are smarter in the decisions we make on the field because we know that that could either make or break a drive or put us in a better position. So we're pretty smart on making the right decisions through and throughout the plays, every drive.
Wes?
Couple of questions, Javontez. The first one, how quickly did it take you to learn how fast y'all had to play in this offense for O-linemen? What was that transition like?
Man, when the coaches first got here, it was already set in stone that, hey, we're moving the ball up and down the field, and we're not going to waste time for nobody. So it happened fast, and we got a hold of it, and we've been rolling ever since.
What about the awareness level that you need when you've got a quarterback like Hooker that's working with you on the offense? Because there's some plays where, a lot of them where he'll drop back like it's a pass, and then he just takes off and it's like a 30 or 40 yard run, and you're trying to hustle downfield and get a hat on a hat. What's that? Is it like a head on a swivel all the time in this offense?
Definitely, because anything can happen. The way our offense is run, we basically scheme things to put us in a better position throughout all the teams that we play. So sometimes it might seem a little off, but most of the times when we do things, we do it for a reason. Like, we block certain ways for a reason, the way we cover down the field for a reason. There's a lot of small details that take place to get us in the right spots.
Vince, we'll finish with you.
Jovontez, how would you describe Glenn Elarbee on game days? What's his demeanor, personality like on game day, during game?
Well, as far as Coach Elarbee, man, he tries to stay cool, calm, and collected, but I know he got a ball of fire inside him every time game time come around. He tries to keep his guys in line and ready for the storm. So he's like the mediator. He keeps us calm before we're ready to go strike.
What about in game?
Man, in game it's the same thing. We get off to the sideline, we figure out what we're gonna do the next possession, next drive, and he's the same guy. Hey, what's going on here? What's going on there? He just makes sure everything is right before his group go back out again to what he showcased.
Thanks, Javontez. Appreciate it, man.
Thank you guys.
We'll have Mel Keaton.